Hello, what up guys, how you doing? It is Lasty here. Welcome today to a new episode of the FIFA 21 Ultimate Team Road to Glory. Episode number 46 today on this fine Monday. I hope you're having a good start to your week. Good luck and I wish you all success for this week. Now, I just want to let you know at the very start of this episode that obviously yesterday was Supporter Sunday. You guys did hit that target of 5k likes in the first 3 hours on the first video of yesterday. Therefore, there was a double upload last night. You can check in the top corner to a link to both of those videos. Make sure you check them out. Pause this one, go back to them, watch them, come back to now. And there we go. Right, cool. We can get on cracking with today's video, of which the first thing I need to ask you to do is hit the thumbs up button. 5,000 likes is your target. Let's go for that. Thank you in advance. And of course, subscribe to the channel if you're new. So now that that bit's all over and done with, let's get cracking. So today what we've got is a little SBC to start things off. And then we need to take this team right here, which is Douglas Costalus, into the weekend league so that we can get up to gold 3 OP. So I submitted this team for, I think it was like a rare mixed players pack or something. I think I submitted a slightly too expensive squad because I think I only needed 5 gold players. But like, honestly, when you try and just use untradables and stuff, that they are the things which I have the most of. I don't really have as many like silver or bronze players, so that's why I stick golds in most of the time. Anyway, do we get anything from the pack? Well, unfortunately, it shows a non-rare board, which means it's going to show up like a low-rated Libertadores, which I still wish they would fix. And then inside the pack, unfortunately for me, the best we got was 80-rated Ben Davies from Tottenham and an 80-rated Raul Garcia. Like, that's an L. That pack is not good. But hey, yeah, it is what it is. I think it was untradeable as well, so it was even more of an L. But we move, it's all good. Sometimes you win, sometimes you don't, and today we did not win. We got a good 100k pack yesterday though, so we'll definitely take that. So I'm on 10 wins at the moment, 10 win Jones, and I am, what am I, 10 and 5? I think I'm 10 and 5. I think this was the 15 game mark, and we carry on and get this up to this 14 wins today. And I come up against this very first game. We're talking Joe Gomez, Rashford, Martial, players which I absolutely hate to see. Well, I'd love to see them in my squad, but I don't like coming up against them. And it is the unlikely scorer of Federico Valverde? Am I making that up? I don't know. I'm just going to call him Valverde because I absolutely cannot remember his first name. But he scores the goal, which is very unlikely for him and unusual. And then he nearly scores the second one there. And at half-time, we are 1-0 up, and we're pretty much dominating. I just need to convert the chances a little bit better so that we can really seal this game. But I'm having a pretty good game of FIFA, you know, like my pass accuracy and stuff is all up. Iñaki Williams comes on. That's my half-time substitution so that we definitely make the most out of him, as well as using Red Benzema and stuff. And it is that man, Iñaki, to just cut past the defender and score the goal. I'm still curious how these people are getting goal colours the same, like the goal color the same as the net color. I don't know. Either way, unfortunately, he goes down the other end and scores with Mane. And then Rashford just knocks this one inside to Wijnaldum, into Allen, Allen to Mane, poor defending from Tom, and 3 FIFA minutes after he's conceded the first one, this guy's gone ahead and equalised on me, and he actually takes it in to extra time when the stats look like that. Ah, come on, Tom. You should have been doing better than that, mate. But anyway, we move on. Into extra time we go. Given advantage for the foul there, and I thought he was going to give the free kick. Poor defending from me, and a super sub Carrasco ends up getting a third goal. And from this point onwards, it just went so downhill. Like, I was 2-0 up, and what I thought was cruising. And everything went so terribly wrong. But that happens from time to time in the weekend league. Yeah, what can you do? Maybe I was just defending like a beast in the first half, and then all of a sudden he maybe passed the controller to his best mate or something. I don't know. But anyway, we end up being 5-2 down at the half-time break in extra time, and I'm not sure if I carry on. Oh, yeah, I do. I was going to say I thought I cut it here, but no, Mane ends up going and scoring a 6th goal. 6-2. It's embarrassing. So Val Verratti, I guess he's a Frenchman who, supports PSG after all of the, Verratti plays for PSG. He's got the PSG badge and all of that stuff. Convincingly beat me in the end. So 10 and 6. Oh dear. Moving on to the next game. Another Martial, another Rashford, another Joe Gomez. This time with the likes of Ansu Fati and Pogba in the team as well. So it wasn't going to be an easy game, at least on paper anyway. I tried one of these crazy finesse shots with Talisca. Cracks off the crossbar, and I felt a little unlucky. You know, it would have been lovely for that to go in. But instead, we just knock it to Talisca, who was in a great position to use that awesome left peg of his. I think I've been saying it every episode. I really love Talisca. He's such a cool player, and I'm so very, very glad that we have him in the club. So at halftime, it's pretty much even Stevens, although I am 1 goal ahead. But in terms of everything else, it's looking pretty even. And I actually doubled my lead a couple of minutes into the second half. It is that super sub again, Iñaki Williams. Perhaps bringing him on as the super sub has made such a good impact that like we were doing things right with Benzema, like, because Benzema's gone a bit quiet, I have to admit, but the impact that we bring when we bring Williams on, it's pretty awesome. He normally scores a goal, doesn't he? And then I think it was Ousmane Dembele to score the next one. Talisca knocks it through. Look at the pace from Williams here to get to that ball before Militao knocking it in to Ousmane Dembele. Easy 4th goal. So what was a fairly difficult first half, even Stevens, 1-0 to me. I spent 9 minutes in the second half scoring the next 3 goals, which is kind of the opposite of obviously what happened in the very last match. So that is the weekend league for you, ladies and gentlemen. That is just the way it goes. Maybe once I went a couple of goals up, he might have thrown the kitchen sink at it, which allowed me to get more space in behind. But either way, we'll definitely take a nice 4-0 convincing victory there, bringing us up to 11 wins. All right, so 11 and 6. By far, not the greatest weekend league performance from me, but hey, it is what it is. We then come up against Joe Gomez, Van Dijk, Salah, Son, all sorts of crazy Premier League goodness, stuff that I need to be worried about. But it was a good, well-timed run from Benzema there, and a nice little ball knocked into him, and obviously he's going to finish that one. But do we stay in the lead very long? It doesn't look like it, because Rodrigo is there to smash home on his weak foot, and that is 1-1. Things go from bad to worse here as Firmino knocks it into Son, into Salah, back to Son. Son obviously in front of goal there is like a free, it's like literally like an open goal. He's always going to score that literally all day long. And it was this Salah that was really tricky. Son might be the one finishing. I just couldn't catch Mohamed Salah. So I might actually look at maybe getting him at some point in time, because I think he could be a good player this year now that weak foot is not necessarily such a big deal. You see how well Iñaki Williams does for me, for example, with a 2-star weak foot. So I do get gifted a penalty, and I do end up scoring it with Eden Hazard. But that lead, or that goal back, doesn't last very long, as he pretty much ran down the other end and scored, making it 4-2, restoring his 2-goal lead. At half-time, there's been 6 goals, and that doesn't really happen much in real football. But hey, in FIFA 21, it is an absolute goal fest out there, isn't it? But yeah, he makes it 5-2. This game's like really bad. This one's embarrassing. I got super stressed, and I gave up. Like, kind of, maybe after this goal is when I gave up, because I'm still playing here, right? But yeah, I think at 6-2, I just ended up hardly doing anything. Just put the controller down, let him carry on scoring, whatever, bro. I was so done with this one, but I didn't want to rage quit, because like we said in yesterday's episode, it doesn't actually get any, you don't get the rivals points for the rage quits anymore, so I need to make sure I finish off my games. So I think he ended up scoring a whole bunch, and I ended up getting one more, and it was a 9-3 game. Probably the worst scoreline I've had on FIFA 21. And then we go straight into another one and come up against Mbappe and Neymar. And I'm like, all right, I can't catch a break here. What's going on? But we score a lovely goal there with Eden Hazard after 7 minutes. And actually, this was such an easy game compared. I actually kind of found the bridge dribble technique thingy, which is this right here. Look at the dribble thing that he just sort of, bridges the gap and plays that ball in front of him and gets a nice speed boost off it, which actually made Benzema feel pretty quick. So I was obsessed with doing that, and now you'll probably see nothing but that from me. But Eden Hazard does it here, gets past the defender, goalie starts rushing him, hit him with a little chip, and that's a lovely goal to make it 4-0 after 24 minutes against the strike force like this. Clearly, he'd spent all of his money on the attack. However, he does get a goal back with Neymar. I genuinely thought that one was going to be given offside, but obviously not. And at half-time, we're cruising. I don't think I can really let this slip. Like, it would be pretty embarrassing to let a 4-goal lead slip, right? However, bringing on Iñaki in the second half, is he going to do damage? He's going to cut it inside here, cut back again, and then use the power behind that shooting because we have that Hunter chemistry style on him to get me up to 5-1. Neymar, however, gets through again, knocks it to a super sub Anderson Talisca, and yeah, he obviously scores against me, so I do the same with mine. He wasn't quitting at 5-2, but I think it was the rainbow flick volley. That might be the best goal we scored this weekend league. Really beautiful goal from the Brazilian. That was enough. That was the straw that broke the camel's back, I think, because he at that point decided that he was donezo. So he's quit, and that is our 12th win. Moving on, hopefully we can get these next 2 wins real quick and be done with it, because I'd forgotten at this point how many games of like rivals I had left. I know we screwed our rivals' chances of getting rank 1 anyway because of those 3 rage quits, which ended up not giving us points. So I messed that up this week, obviously, as probably a lot of you have as well. But I guess that was what really made me stop thinking about where we're at in terms of rivals games left, and I just wanted to get my champs games done, knowing full well that by the time I finished them and got to 14 wins, I'll probably go into rivals and it will say 30 matches out of 30 played, and we won't be able to add any points to our rivals rank this week. So this was an odd one. It was a 1-0 game, super difficult and all of that, and I made it 2-0 eventually in the 85th minute, and he quits. Like, you would at that point just stay 5 more minutes and get your match coins, right? I don't know why you would quit that late on. But again, perhaps he just had enough. So a good victory there. That one was a tough old game, I have to say. There weren't many super easy games this week. Maybe 2 or 3. The rest of them did seem to be a little bit of a war. And that might simply be because I played my games on like Friday and Saturday this week, leaving Sunday free to do a lot of editing and stuff. Therefore, I got my games done earlier, which means that it's typically a little bit more difficult to do that, right? Normally, if you left a lot of games for Sunday, it's somewhat easier because your elo's a little lower compared to who you're coming up against. That's how I think of it anyway. So I concede a penalty after 18 minutes in this game, and I get panenkered by Marcus Rashford MBE. And at halftime, we are losing 1-0, really not being able to create anything in this game either. So the second half's going to be a tough one. And we did, I think at this point, 80th minute in, I am throwing the kitchen sink at him. Therefore, I was either going to get the equaliser or he was going to score again, and he scored again. But we do run down the other end pretty much straight away and get a goal. That's all she wrote, though. I couldn't get another goal back. That guy was just a little bit better than me. And as you can see there, we get done 2-1, leaving us still stuck on 13 wins. Now I come up against this. Another Martial, another Rashford. Eden Hazard and Ousmane Dembele this time as well, with Denaya and Varane at the back. That is a duo and a half. And this guy was also... I don't know what to say about this one. Like, I felt like the goals he scored were so defendable, yet I didn't defend them. So I don't know whether to give him props or moan at myself. I guess we'll just do a little bit of both, right? Anyway, I do manage to get an equaliser. What I noticed about this guy's team was he was 4-2-3-1, but everyone was super spread out, and every single one of my players always seemed to be marked. I don't know how you do that, but yeah, I was pretty impressed with the way that his team was set up. He obviously knew what he was doing, I guess. We'll say that at least anyway. But we end up getting a very lucky equalising goal there. This time the ball just bouncing off the defender and giving Ousmane Dembele a free run through. So at half-time, fairly even, but we don't know which way this game's going to go. Unfortunately for me, I can tell you now that it's going to go south. His Rashford does a nice skill move there, and I mean, it's just a nice couple of skills in a row. If I'd have scored that, I'd have been very happy with it. So yeah, GG's there, and then it is that man again to just dink it over my goalkeeper. Do we need to get Rashford back, boys? He is very good on this game, isn't he? I mean, he scores like a second half hat-trick against me here, and he might have already had goals in the first half. So yeah, he was too difficult to handle, if I'm honest, and I go 5-2 down. We do knock it across and get a goal with the 2-star weak foot of Iñaki Williams, but again, nowhere near enough. We've got lots of goals to get back there and not enough time. So we end up losing 2 games in a row there, and we're now up to 13-9, which is very awful, if I have to admit it. It's just not good. And we come up against someone's RTG Chelsea team, which is mostly Chelsea. He's cheating a little bit in the defence, I think, with a little Semedo and stuff there. But maybe he's building up to getting some of the Chelsea players, or waiting until they get special cards or something. But I score with the wand of the left foot of Anderson Talisca. His finesse shot is very, very good. And I am glad I'm now playing him right centre mid so that he can cut in and do that. I probably could have shot with him again there, but instead I played the smart pass, or the sweaty pass across to Ousmane Dembele to go 2-0 up. And I'm like, cool, we get our 14th win here. We are all good. And I literally give a penalty away. So that's 2-1. And then this guy just turned on the style, or turned on the pressure at least anyway, because he gets through and scores there with Werner, and all of a sudden it's just 2-2. And that's not it either. Like, I bottle this 2-goal lead and end up going 3-2 down here as he gets through with King Kai Havertz and scores on the weak foot of the German. So I am 3-2 down at half-time after I thought this game was probably going to end in a rage quit. I thought, 2-0 up so early, maybe he'll quit. But yeah, in the second half, we had an uphill battle. But hey, we like one of them. So we knock it into Williams. He does manage to get the goal. This guy had just got a red card as well for siphoning me down last man, trying to obviously keep his lead. I think it was with Semedo. So he had brought on loan Mbappe and then moved Kante to right back or something. So he was trying to boost his attack simultaneously whilst being able to defend. But as you can see here, I just turned the game around really nicely. I think the 10-men thing did help me out quite a lot. And we were able to just take control with that extra man, get 5-3 up. And again, late goal here, 90th minute, and he still decides to rage quit, like, just stay in the game. Maybe he wanted to get rid of his red card straight away, so I wouldn't be surprised if he dashboarded it right there. But no rivals points for that guy, and no match coins either. It's got to be easier to just take the loss, take the coins, and then quickly quit a squad battles match in order to get your red card gone, right? So there we have it, boys and girls. Gold 3 OP. We have arrived at the destination of 14 wins, and it's been an odd weekend. I changed the team quite a lot. We took major profits, made about 100,000 coins on that Douglas Costa, which is a massive win for us. Valverde's gone up in price as well. We're actually going to be letting him go right now too. Paulinho, I can't sell because he's too good linking with Talisca. So we have to find a way to get them into the starting 11 going forwards as well. But I think maybe Benzema does come out now, and I also maybe might make some defensive changes. But with the sale of Valverde at 289,000 coins, that is 29k more than we actually bought him for. So good money made on him too. He sells like fairly quickly as well, I think, which you'll see. I'll just show you in tomorrow's episode or something. But we are up to over 800,000 coins. The question for you guys, and that's why the video is titled as it is, I wanted to leave you with something for those of you that are here at the end of the video. What would you do with 800,000 coins? Do you set your targets on a little known Brazilian called Neymar Jr.? Try and make a little bit more money to get the Brazilian in here? A road to glory icon of ours, Do we buy an icon instead? Let me know what you would do with all of that cash. Curious to know down below for those of you that are still watching. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Do me a huge favor. Hit me with a thumbs up. 5,000 likes is your target. I know you can make that happen. And of course, subscribe to the channel if you are new around here. Have a lovely day, everyone. Oh, come and follow me on Twitter and Instagram as well. The links for that are down below. Have a lovely day, everyone. Stay safe, stay healthy, and I will catch you tomorrow with another video. Peace.